Play full game. Entering team select screen. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's week 16 of the NFL, and we'll get a look here at Davante Adams. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Raiders and the Steelers, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 23.
Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our home side in this one. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is now one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Entering play call screen.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Quick base. On plan, there are 8 cap player, there are 8 cap formation, play type, there are RPA, run, pass. Quick extender, shotgun pass, comeback, in spot.
Carr right away, going to look to throw. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Entering play call, convex post. Play type, there, run. Pitch, there are 7, out, inside hand, 8, inside zone split.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Entering play call, AHP blunt dive. Play RPO, run, pass. Quick extender, shot, play action, pop, close pop cross.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Play action. Now it's Carr. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, it's impossible to see the Raiders and Steelers of Pittsburgh and not think of our namesake, the late, great John Madden, and the Immaculate Reception game, which celebrated its 50th anniversary yesterday. It was December 22nd, 1972. So this game, a nice little nod from the schedule makers, no doubt. And the Raiders have gotten a little bit of revenge in recent years. They've won 4 out of 5 and have a 17-13 all-time advantage in the series. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Entering play call, play, run. Counter, there, outside handoff, inside, AHP blunt dive, inside zone split.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
AHP blunt dive, play RPO, pass, quick pass, there, twice tick.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Carr. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Entering play call, quick pass, twice tick. Play tight, run. Inside handoff, there, AHP, inside zone split. AHP blunt dive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Barkley, inside handoff. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play call, and you go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Double slant. Slants.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr now to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. He'll look to throw. Throw right side going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Player, there are 8 formation, there are 8 categories. Play type, run, pass. Quick pass, standard, shotgun pass, convexy post, inside drop, spot, drag, spot. Lost button.
Delay of game, option.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 4th down.
Entering play call. Unplanned player. There are 8 formation. Play type. Special. RP. Run. Pass. Shotgun pass. Convex. Inside cross. Convexy post.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Shotgun pass. There are 6 categories. Play type. There are run. Pitch. There are 7. Outside hand. Inside hand. AHP blunt dive.
1st and goal. A chance for an early statement here on the road. Barkley going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. Barkley again, and he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Saquon Barkley. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal. They've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Is off the left upright. It's no good.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here come the Steelers for the first time in this game with their free agent signing at quarterback, the former number 2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 24. They turn to Harris to begin the drive, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 19 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Trubisky. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Play action. Now Trubisky. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Now Trubisky. Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 3 yards of record buster there that'll bring up 4th down.
Really made this right simple. Looked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them, so the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Entering play call, X slice U cross. Play type, there are 8 categories. Formation, there are 8 I form. Single back. Ace slot out. Curl flat. Slot out. Curl flat.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Circle button.
Up the middle with Barkley.
R2 button.
The Raiders had 8-6 now on the year. And they come in losers in 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Triangle button.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Entering play call, shotgun pass, there, standard, quick pass, Y stick. Circle button.
Now Carr.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Entering play call with pass. There are 6 categories. You have 13. Y stick. Play type. There are 8 personnel. There are play special. RP. Run. Pass. Quick. Standard pass. Shotgun pass. Convex post. Inside. Convex post.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Cross button.
Now Carr.
Cross button. Triangle button.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Entering
tapestry, if you will.
Ooh, I like it.
Slant stick.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Cross button. R1 button.
Carr.
Circle button. Square
Looking
button.
in zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Player. There are 8 category. Formation. There are play type. Run. Pass. Shotgun pass. Play action. Shotgun pass. Play action. Coverts. A post Y cross. R1 button. Cross button.
Carr gonna go on fourth down.
Cross button. Triangle button.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. They kept it in the air on fourth, Charles. They ran on first and second down, tried it through the air on third and fourth. Couldn't come away with anything on fourth and goal. And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and a receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out the back of the end zone. Nice job by the D, shutting them down. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Now a toss play. It's Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Trubisky. This is caught by Hilton. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass. And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Six-0 our score after 1. second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held him, they might go for it again.
Circle button.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Entering play call, play run. Counter, there's pitch. Counter weak.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him so far. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. And they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go to Barkley again. And this carry now is productive. He swallowed up that line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 4-2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. On play action. Now Carr. On the move to his left. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. A third down gain of 19.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Entering play call, play action path, covers, the post white cross. Triangle.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Play type, there are 8 formation, there are 8 categories. Play type, there are special RPO, run, pass. Play action, screen pass. Shotgun pass, convex post. Inside cross.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Carr.
R1 button.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Here's Carr to throw.
Square button. Cross button.
That's caught by Waller out left side. And able to get this down
Shotgun
inside the
pass.
15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
Square button.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Entering play call, convex slant stick.
Again, it's Carr.
Square button. R1 button.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here that's close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw is Carr. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley, his 21st touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Formation, goal line. Play type, run, pass. Shotgun pass, there. Convex, inside, 4 vertical, D-spot. Y out, scat. Wheel mesh, slot out. Double wings. Corners.
So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2.
Cross button.
Carr will look to throw.
Button. Cross button.
That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they've got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Trubisky to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. He'll get this to about the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Trubisky will throw.
Holding, offense.
Entering
they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Here's Trubisky. Setting up the screen, Harris. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes, just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
And his top speed, according to Next Gen Stats, and even 19 miles an hour. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And space tough to come by there. So he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stopped the run.
Inside, spot. Spot. Spot.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Inside, spot.
One down.
Square button. R1 button.
To throw, it's Carr.
Triangle button.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Triangle button.
Throwing now is Carr. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. There on the stop, it's Neil Farrell.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Entering play call, play action, covers, a post wipe, close puck cross, white cross flood, fork, CTR weddle, punt go, CTR weddle, end around, jet sweep, end around.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a play fake. Carr sliding out of the pocket. Catch made. It's Moreau. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hitting this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Outside hand, inside handoff, AHP blunt dive.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Inside handoff, there are some play type, there are RPO, run. Inside handoff, there are some AHP, inside zone split, AHP dive, AHP wham.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Another try for Barkley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here. third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and goal.
Cross button.
Carr.
Triangle button.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Tyson Alualu gets in there and drops it.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Entering play call, coach, gun plan, there, player, there are a cat, formation, there are a play type, run, pass, quick pass, standard pass, shotgun pass, comeback zip, inside cross, 4 verticals, D-spot, Y out, scat, Y out.
What now?
Cross button.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down.
Circle button. Cross button.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call? Is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception. Nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
Pass, run. H, outside and inside and HB blunt dive.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Entering play call, AHB blunt, empty and AHB plunge, QB run. Inside handoff.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Run. Inside handoff. AHB blunt dive.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Entering play call, AHB blunt dive. Play type, error, formation, error, play, pass, special, pass. Quick pass, errors, twice to.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Square button.
Carr going to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, punt plan, there are right, player, there are right, formation, there are right, play type, there are run, pass, with Y stick.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And it's caught. Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hand.
Now Trubisky lost the football, but it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Play call,
coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Trubisky. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here we go.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. From the gun, it's Trubisky. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
Entering play call.
And he will have a Steelers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Dancing to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Now, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Let's go now. Let's go.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Boswell's kick is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
There are 8 categories. There are 6 subcategories. Options set to pass 14 plays or left for options. Passes selected. Run. Pass. Special. Special. Block management. Special. Block management. Fix spike. Spike. Fix spike 3. Spike wall. Fix spike 3. Moving heel.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Denver Broncos. Then on Sunday night, wrap up your Christmas day with a great one in the NFC. The Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern Time. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon
defend
and
outside,
Charles.
defend short pass, defend medium pass.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This will be taken at the 10. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Entering play call, play type. There are 8 categories. There are 2 subcategories. Option is set to clock management. 5 plays. You have 4 option. Coach suggests mesh switch. Gun plan. There are 8 categories. Run inside is selected. Run inside. AHP dive. AHP draw.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 and second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Pass. There are 6 categories. You have 1 play type. There are 8 run. Pitch. There are 7 categories. Outside handoff. Inside hand. AHP. Inside zone split. Inside zone split. AHP wham.
Barkley inside handoff. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Coach suggestion. X slant. Inside zone. X slant.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Always got some breathing room. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 50 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Stretch alert looky.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run it again with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
AHP quick base.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but
It's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Square button. R1
now
button.
Carr.
Cross button.
Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Play call. Inside throw. KHB zone WK. Stretch alert bubble. D spot. Stretch alert bubble.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 27. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL. Being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On plan, there are 8 categories. Run inside is selected. Run inside, AHB dive. Cross button.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Run, pass. Standard, shotgun pass, play action pass, converts. A post white cross. Close across. White cross flood.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play action. Now it's Carr.
R1 button.
Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Play action pass, there are 6. Play tight, run. Counter, pitch. Outside hand, inside handoff. UB run, FB run. Draw. AHB mid draw. Cross button.
A first down carry for Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Entering play call. Coach suggest. Unplanned. Player. There are formation. There are play type. There RPO. Run. Pass. Screen pass. WRS. Play action pass. Converts. Shotgun pass. Comeback Z post. Inside cross. Spot. Z spot. Y out. Z spot.
Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, so he's going to have him go for 2. Carr will look to throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Special teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Trubisky will throw. He gets it complete to Harris. So nothing doing there, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down. Trubisky. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Harris. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run again with Harris. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
3rd quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and they will remain well behind. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
Entering play call, play type, there are 8, run. Pitch, there are 7, cat, outside handle, inside hand, HB blunt, inside zone split.
This offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They hold everything because Darren Waller, the tight end, appears to be injured on that play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Entering play call. Entering franchise screen. Instant replay. Call timeout. Challenge play. Super simus. Stats. Coaching. Pop-up menu. Medical center is selected. Entering injury report screen. 8 rows, 4 columns. Left filter, writers, right filter. All player name Jay Sternberger. Position Ray. Injury type shoulder strain. Injury length 2 quarters. Injury length out for game. Injury type dislocated shoulder. Position T. Player name D. Waller. Player name K. Cole SR. Position WR. Injury type PCL sprain. Injury length out for game. Injury length. Entering play call inside PHP blunt dive.
Right now.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Enter AHB blunt dive. Play type there are 8 pass. Sketch pass. Quick pass there are 6 cat stick. Stick. Double slant. Slants.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Triangle button.
Now Carr.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. It's brought in by Harris.
Entering
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now it's Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 10. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It's a pickup of 6, and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter.
Entering play call, draw. There are 7 categories. We have 9 options. HB draw is selected.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Entering play.
Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Triangle button.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Screen, fail, quick pass, standard pass, shotgun pass, play action, others, processors flood.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
R1 button, R1 button.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Entering play call. Entering franchise screen. Quick game is options. Coaching. Pop-up menu. Superstar. Defensive. Offensive. Medical. Depth. Medical center is selected. Entering. Injury rep. Position rate. Injury type shoulders. Injury length 1 quarter. Injury length out for game. Injury length out for game. Injury length. Steeler selected. Injury type elbow. Injury type bruised ribs. Injury length will return soon. Injury length TBD. Injury type position la. Player name Elagun Joby. Player name Jay Sternberger. Player name Jay Daniels. Position RG. Injury type muscle cramps. Injury length 1 quarter. Injury length out for game. Injury type bruised sternum. Position LG. Player name K. Dotson. Player name J. McNichols. Position HG. Injury type. Injury length. You have entering franchise screen. You covers. Hotty play type error. Personnel error. Play type run. Counter error. Pitch. Outside handoff. Inside handoff. AHB blunt dive.
Here's a give to Barkley.
R2 button.
And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Entering play call. AHB blunt dive.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard.
Entering front. Instant replay. Call timeout. Challenge play. Stats. Coaching. Pop-up menu. Medical center is selected. Entering. In. Player name A. Leatherwood. Position RG. Injury type elbow sprain. Injury length 1 quarter. Steeler selected. Injury length will. Injury type bruised ribs. Position T. Player name Jay Sternberger. Entering franchise screen. You have 8 options. Resume is selected.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Entering play call inside.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You have 50 options. MTNHB plunge is selected.
Now Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Entering Fran. Call timeout is resume. Quit game is option. Coaching. Pop-up. Medical center is selected. Entering injury reports. Player name B. Nichols. Player name A. Leatherwood. Player name B. Nichols. Position Ray. Injury type shoulder strain. Injury length 1 quarter. Injury length 1 quarter. Injury length out for game. Injury length out for game. Injury length. Player name Keiko SR. Entering franchise screen, you have 7 options. Resume. Entering play. AHP blunt dive. Play type. Air raid. RPO. Run. Pass. Quick pass. Stand. Shotgun pass. Play action. Coverts. A post Y cross.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. On play action, it's Carr.
R1 button. Triangle button.
And it's complete to Adams. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. And other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Entering play call. Converts. Play type. Air run. Down. Hit. Out. Inside handoff. QB run. FB run. Draw. AHP mid draw. Circle button.
On the draw, this is Barkley. Just a yard of the pickup there. They'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Button.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. You got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Drop. Play type. RPO. Run. Pass. Run. Draw. Errors. FB run. QB run. Inside handoff. AHP blend dive.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. run, it's Barkley. Oh, look at the juke. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 113 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Inside zone split.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Entering play call inside.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Empty and HB plunge is selected. Cross button.
This is Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Inside handoff. AHB blunt dive. Cross button.
Barkley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
7 option. Formation. There are 8 category. Play type. There are 8. RPO. Run. Inside handoff. AHB blunt dive. Inside zone split. Cross button.
They'll run for it with Barkley. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. So they were really trying to put the nail to the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Trubisky. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Now Trubisky. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Entering play call. RPO. Run. Inside hand. AHP blunt dive.
A handoff to Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
AHP blunt dive. Cross button.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
That's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
AHP blunt dive.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Cross button.
Again, it's Barkley. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Cross button.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. It's caught here by Adams. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
Twice tick. Play high, run. Inside, HD blunt dive. Cross button.
Barkley inside handoff.
R2 button.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 140 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Cross button.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Cross button.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
AHB blunt dive.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Cross button.
Barkley.
R2 button.
Oh, with a juke. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Entering play call, inside handoff, there's AHB blunt dive.
And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. What'd you say? 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught one as well.
Coach suggestions. There are 8
Carlson on for the PAT.
Options. Bad attempt is selected.
So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Chandler Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
Entering play
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing here, Trubisky. Open man. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Entering franchise. Call to now. Challenge. Stats. Coaching. Pop-up menu. Medical center is selected. Entering. In. Player name. Player name A. Leatherwood. Player name B. Nichols. Player name J. Simpson. Player name D. Waller. Player name. Position LG. Injury type abdominal strain. Injury length 2 quarters. Steeler selected. Injury length 1 quarter. Injury type muscle cramps. Position RG. Player name J. Daniel. Player name J. Daniels. Player name C. Sutton. Position CB. Injury type elbow bursitis. Injury length will return soon. Entering franchise screen, you have 7 options. Resume is selected.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10.
Cross button.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Play type, error, RPO. Run. Inside handoff. PhD blunt dive.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again. 2nd and 10.
Cross button.
Now it's Barkley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Play call.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Cross button.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Play type, RPO, run, pass, special, clock management, fix spike block, fix spike, moving heel.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Las Vegas,
it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers.
Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8.
And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.